Alright, here's part 2. So, you say, well, Jasmine, if you tell a grown adult that they're a child, they're gonna get offensive. I say, yeah, but can they stop and think why somebody would call them a child? It's because of their behavior. A lot of people today, because childhood back then, you wasn't popular, or you really wasn't like the number one star of your neighborhood, school, or whatever. I think most adults act children because of their childhood. Their childhood wasn't too good, or if the childhood was good, they want to stay being a child because it was glamorous, it was better, it was more simple and peaceful. Well, welcome to the real world. You gotta act like a damn adult, and you gotta take adults' responsibility. So you can't live in the past. And I think some adults who didn't have a really good childhood, now they're adult and they can do whatever they want. They can force people to like them. They can do terrible acts on people because they're adults now. So in other sense, when people are, think they're an adult, they feel like they can do whatever they want. No. Being an adult means you discipline yourself, self-reliance, accountability, responsibility, and you have to be mature of situations. For example, when I was at work, I was playing around with one of my co-workers, and my voice got a little too aggressive and sharp. He didn't like that. And he was really upset about how I spoke to him. But in actuality, I was playing with him. But to him, he come in as disrespect. And other people warn me. They say, unfortunately, Jasmine, he doesn't play like that. Of course, I had no idea. So I went and apologized to him. And he took my apology, and we both hugged it out. However, what the interesting part was, as adults, we can play, but, he didn't have to be upset because I was kidding. But because, the way how I spoke to him, he felt like I was trying to embarrass him, and that wasn't the case. But what I'm bringing this up is that an immature adult would apologize. Now, most adults wouldn't apologize. Like, I still have a few adults to this day that supposed to apologize to me, but they act like children. What children do? They keep it going. Children don't apologize. They just stare at you, look like you're an alien, and then they leave. They're not gonna apologize. They're not gonna apologize. Some of them come at you talking about, well, you shouldn't be feeling like that. I don't know why you feeling like that. Why are you in your feelings for? You should be an adult. You a man, you a woman. Why you feel that way? And then the next thing you know, it'll be all arguments and fighting and stuff, because that's what children do. They sit there and say, oh, stop being so petty. Oh, stop being so salty. Oh, stop being like a baby. You a baby. You can't even take a joke. And in actuality, you got to look at it as an adult perspective, and you got to look at a different angle. But that's what children do. They don't see the wrong that they did to others. Children never do. I have my nephew. He's the only one in the house, right? He's the only one in the house screaming. That's just what kids do. Screaming. And my mother was like, who's screaming? Who's screaming? And he said, not me. And he's the only one in the room. And that's how most adults are. They will scream and shout and misbehave, and they're the only one in the room, and the person say, who did it? And the person say, that wasn't me. And no, it was you. So my thing is, a lot of adults do childish things. If you think about what children do each day, and it's sad to say, children lie, children steal, children try to blame on other people, children getting in mischief stuff and then blaming on other people, children try to persuade other people to do their bidding, knowing that they the ringleader. I mean, everything that adults do is exactly what a child does. And teenagers as well. Teenagers is always angry, always violent. A lot of adults have anger problems. Now, self-control as an adult, being a mature adult means self-control. And when you have self-control, that means your anger, like in the Bible it say, slow to speak. Let your anger, go down and be slow to speak. Because when you control your anger, you can see what's going on. You have a clear conscience what's happening. And then you know how to proceed it and how to solve it. A lot of adults don't have that. What do children do? If they don't get their way or something's broke or somebody says something to you, they blow up. And that's exactly how the adults are, to the day. A lot of adults blow up. You can step on their foot and it'll just go off. And it was an accidentally thing. It was an accidental thing. And you can say, I'm sorry, but they will go off. Because that's what children do. Children don't understand it was an accident. Adults should understand it was an accident, okay? But adults are children. Now, most people say, well, Jasmine, a lot of adults want to be calling being a child. Well, you're right, but they act like a child. So if you don't want to be called like a child, then start acting like an adult. Be rational, be logical, be reasonable. Don't sit around, act like the world is your platter and you can do whatever you want. There's consequences. You gotta rearrange stuff. You gotta be the bigger person. Another thing too, like me and my friend, we went to a nature trail walk one time, and I always constantly had to keep moving. Now my friend, he looks a little tough and he looks scary, so people wouldn't dare to try to go through him. But because I look so innocent and I don't look like I can hurt a fly, people can't go in my direction. I always have to move. And my friend was like, that's kind of sad that you always got to keep moving, because they should move too. Well, I always say, once again, adults are like children, because children will not move. If you're not going to move, I'm not going to move. And then the next thing you know, it will be a whole fight, a whole argument. It would just be a huge, huge problem. So you have to be mature. But most adults are children out here. There's not a single adult out here. I'm telling you that right now. There is not a single adult out here at all. And I'm going to come back with my part 3.